Hey, you guys, this Chicago Bears win, it's even better than you think. And we're talking 36-10. We all saw that. But we're looking at a team that might be rolling. I mean, granted, this was against Carolina, but this was a classic trap game of Bears teams in the past, right? A team like Carolina, you don't come up for it. It's a loss or you barely win. But this team made a statement. Inferior opponent, and you just destroy them. And what makes it better than originally thought is that we just saw a balanced team, a complete team this week. And I love that this run game is absolutely blowing the doors off. That's alongside rapidly developing rookie quarterback Caleb Williams. So let's talk specifically about the run game. This is running back DeAndre Swift over the last 2 weeks, and this is courtesy of Jacob Infante. Check this out. 166 rushing yards. That's third in the league. 2 rushing touchdowns. That's tied for third. 6 missed tackles. That's a really good stat. That's what I like to see. That's tied for fifth. 119 receiving yards. That's first for running backs, and 121 yards after the catch. And that ranks first. So we're looking at the missed tackle stat, the yards after the catch. It's just a really, really nice thing to see. And this is what we are looking for when we signed DeAndre Swift. And now it's actually happening. And I think overall, this is the best game the offensive line has played all year as well. That's fantastic news, right? Now, it should have been with how banged up Carolina is on the defensive line, right? How much Carolina has been a team that has struggled, but let's just give credit where credit is due. This offensive line, they looked fully present, they looked fully prepared, and they really controlled this game in the trenches. And I don't think it's really a coincidence that the offensive line in the running game, that they've gotten better over the last 2 weeks, because we're looking at the change in game plan against LA. We're looking at more power and gap scheme type plays. It's a little similar this week. It's allowed the offensive line, they're able to just dig in and go downhill. They're able to be aggressive. And DeAndre Swift is just kind of planting his foot and hitting the holes. No more dancing. And but granted, there's still progress, but the running game in the last 2 weeks, just a dramatic improvement. And I think it's actually sustainable because the way that this game is being called, just a really good job by Shane Waldron. And we're also looking at not just Swift, but we have a thunder and lightning here. And that's the pairing with Roschon Johnson. I think Swift, he's the bounce out guy. He's the home run hit. And then when you're looking for just a bowling ball to go into the end zone, it's Roschon Johnson. And that's with Kramer leading the way, right? Just so funny to see. I don't know, is he called the mini fridge, the baby fridge, some type of reference, but I don't know, just a lot of fun to see. And we're also looking at 2 bad run defenses over the last 2 weeks. I mean, I'm going to acknowledge that, but still, this is happening. It's really amazing what talented players look like when their scheme is right, when the offensive line is playing soundly. And we got a lot of evidence of that this last weekend. Also, talk about complete. A lot of great quarterback performances this weekend, right? Caleb Williams, he led the NFL this week with a QBR rating of 83.8. And we're looking at a game that was complete zero stress. It was actually a lot of fun to watch. And the slow starts, they're not really happening right now. They're getting better. We're looking at the Tennessee game, everything stuck in neutral. Houston not great either. And then you get into the first 3 quarters of that Colts game. And in the fourth quarter, that's kind of when the lights started to click on. And against the Rams, adjustments at the half, those were successful. Now, we had less than a great opening drive against Carolina, but after that, absolutely smooth sailing. And also, what I really loved about the offense as well, and this comes into play with, the players only meeting that the players had with Shane Waldron, our offensive coordinator. He is calling great games now. And he used the muddle huddle so much, the no huddle, whatever you want to call it. And it worked really well. And then the Bears switched into more of a conventional approach, right? Full huddle, kind of plodding along, and the offense completely bogged down. But guess what? This is changing. Shane Waldron is showing that he's able to adjust for the second game in a row at halftime. Granted, every offensive coordinator should adjust, but our offensive coordinator is doing what he's supposed to do. Just a nice little adjustment after the bog down, went back to the no huddle. Caleb started clicking, started keeping the defense on their toes once again. And it was just a really good thing to see. And we absolutely did not take our foot off the gas. The use of the no huddle was absolutely outstanding. And what the no huddle does, how that's encouraging is, first of all, we have a rookie quarterback that can handle running the no huddle, which is absolutely a fantastic sign in its own, but it just keeps the defense, it makes the offense dictate the action, right? We don't have the defense setting the pace of the game. And the Panthers, they're already shorthanded. And then on top of that, they're not able to substitute certain personnel that they like in a matchup. They're not able to sub. And it was just a really good job by the Bears taking advantage of a hurt Carolina team. Just a well put together plan. Lots of work between the hashes, right? And that's to take advantage of the injuries at linebacker that Carolina had. Their top two linebackers were out. Just absolutely relentless, complete, no desire whatsoever to let Carolina stay around, just stayed aggressive. And on top of that, this is so much better than regular win because it's hard to say more about how good this defense has looked. All three levels looking really good. We have our three tech, everyone. Geron Dexter still looks like one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. He added on, I believe, 2 more sacks. Just everything from pass block win rate to his actual stats that he's putting up on the field just shows a player not only ascending, but a player that's also finishing off plays. And that's what you really want to see. Just he's turning into the dominant 3 tech that we really need as the engine of this defense. And also, we're not paying him yet. He's still on his rookie contract, and he's paired up right next to Andrew Billings. Andrew Billings got in on the action. He got a sack, the big boy. And then we're talking about TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edwards, just tackle machines, absolute no-fly zone in the secondary. It's just so good to see. We can beat teams in so many different ways, and I can't wait to have a little better competition, but you can only play the teams that are put in front of you, right? And now we're going to move on. I'm going to talk more this week, so look for a show tomorrow. But preparations are starting for Sunday. It's the London game, and the Bears have already traveled today instead of waiting till Thursday. A lot of teams wait until later in the week. I absolutely love that the Bears are going to travel early, take the week to not be jet lagged, take the week to get acclimated, to get in some nice practices in the new environment. And then the even better thing about this win, Panthers are dealt one more loss. That just makes the second rounder they owe us just look even better. And I'm going to enjoy this. I'm not going to poo-poo this. I'm not going to say, yeah, we weren't playing a good team. We did what we were supposed to do, and we absolutely decimated an inferior opponent. And I think it's time to feel good. I think it's time to celebrate and look forward to a struggling Jacksonville team in London. They are close to a mutiny on that team. And yeah, I can't wait to watch it. You guys bear down. It's going to be a fun week, and I appreciate all of you. See ya.